On behalf of the Friends of the Crystal River National Wildlife Refuge, I'm the president, and I'd like to talk to you for a few moments about creating a world-class visitor center for the refuge. The refuge itself is redoing the building. The Friends have taken the challenge and the opportunity to fund the creation of the visitor center. A quick intro to the Friends. We are not Fish and Wildlife, we're a separate nonprofit organization, and we endeavor to be a dynamic organization of engaged members supporting the National Wildlife Refuge in their mission. And we're going to do this by advocating to protect the manatees and other wildlife in their environment. And how are we going to achieve it? We're going to provide memorable experiences. We're going to enhance the awareness of and the connection to nature, and we're going to provide rewarding volunteer opportunities. We're also going to engage the public through experiences in the uplands, the waters, and the marshes of the refuge. Crystal River National Wildlife Refuge includes more than just Three Sisters Springs. It includes all of Kings Bay, the Chaz, and there's actually 3 refuges in Tampa. We're going to continue to provide environmental education for children and adults. The new building, which is being built by U.S. Fish and Wildlife at the old location on Kings Bay Drive, is really going to have 3 structures in the existing, the same footprint that was there before. On the right-hand side are the administrative offices. On the left, set back toward the water, is going to be an education center. And in the middle, our visitor center, which is what we're going to focus on here. Construction is well underway. If you've driven past it, the exterior is nearly complete. They're ready to start doing the landscaping. So the exterior progress is there. And now we're going to need to worry about the interior. So imagine you're one of the over 400,000 visitors that come to Citrus County. And Mr. Kitchen and the other members of council can certainly tell you what that economic impact is to the base. And you are anticipating your very first view of Three Sisters Springs. So, at the risk of falling asleep, close your eyes for a moment and imagine that you're going to enter into your first view of Three Sisters. What are you anticipating, and what's that immersion going to be? Well, this is going to be our entranceway to the visitor center. You're going to enter at subterranean level with the limestone walls on the side, the blue crystal clear water above you, a skylight in the middle, and hopefully some manatees swimming to greet you as you enter into the springs. That's the experience we want to invoke in the visitor center. A rough layout of the building is here. There's going to be restrooms, there's going to be an office, there's going to be a nature store, but there's 6 major components that we're going to include within that visitor center. Highlighted, of course, with manatees in the middle. The other areas are, what are the threats to manatees in springs? The history of Three Sisters and Kings Bay, the water quality and conservation, the springs habitat and the submerged aquatic vegetation, but most importantly, at least to me, is going to be an area of what can I do to help? And hands-on, what can I as a citizen do to affect this? So here's a picture of the interior, obviously under construction. But notice along the top, you've got that scallopy wall. It's not just squared off. That's going to be part of the immersion as well. That's going to be part of the banks of Three Sisters Springs. You're going to have the trees along the top with the roots, the Spanish moss hanging down. There's going to be dioramas and pictures, perhaps an overhead view of Kings Bay and Three Sisters itself. It's going to be a complete immersion into the springs and an introduction to it. So each of those 6 areas I mentioned is going to have 3 components. There's going to be some exhibit structure or kiosk. There's going to be interpretive graphics. And there's going to be tactile and hands-on interactive components in addition to multimedia elements throughout the whole thing. So, I'm just going to say, let me skip something. The dioramas and the other things, they're going to be hands-on and minds-on. engage the people's minds and engage their hearts. It's not just going to be a picture. There's going to be computer or physical displays, with flip panels to give you more information on the birds and the fish and the things you can expect to see once you leave the visitor center and experience the refuge. So what's our real goal of this? It's to encourage all 400,000 visitors to experience the Crystal River National Wildlife Refuge, and perhaps more importantly, create 400,000 advocates to protect the springs, the manatees, and all the wildlife in the refuge. So, the Friends have already funded a conceptual diagram that includes the document and the images, as well as cost estimates. It's a little bit daunting, but we can get there. The next step is going to be a detailed design, creating a contract for the development and fabrication of displays, and that building is going to be done, and we're going to occupy the building in early 2020. Occupancy permit will probably be granted in December. We'll end up moving existing structures into place, but we'll be there on that facility in probably January. Just another view of the exterior and another view of the interior. But the really short version is, this is going to happen. It's already underway. It's just a matter of how fast it's going to happen. And that's why I'm here today. We need you. We need your minds. We need your mouths to support it. We need your hands to help out. And as Steve started in his introduction, we need your hearts involved in it to help us make this happen as soon as we can for the betterment of all Citrus County and all the businesses and residents here. Thank you very much.